100 men versus a silverback gorilla. I want to see 100 men versus a critical thought.
Literally, your entire world was built by men, lady. The house you live in, the phone you're using. Like, ooh, men can't think critically. Bitch, if it wasn't for men, you would be shitting in your hands outside. Scientist settles the viral 100 men versus gorilla debate. Yes, one of the most important questions in our time, in our modern time in human history, is whether or not 100 men versus a gorilla, who would win. I love it when shit like this happens. This is like the blue dress versus white dress, gold dress thing all over again. It's like everybody settles down and stops arguing over bullshit and, unimportant things like the economy and politics and, the Israel-Palestine war, things that are inconsequential. And we sit down around a table and we discuss the important shit in life. Like whether or not 100 men could mop the floor with a gorilla, or are they getting destroyed? Well, let's turn to the perspective of a scientist. I don't know what kind of scientist this is, but let's see.
No one knew we needed. You might have seen the simulations, the memes by now. One gorilla, 100 men. Who would win in
Now, I'm just going to tell you my opinion up front. I think 100 men are easily killing a gorilla. I don't even think you need 100 men. I think 30 men, 30 determined, fully grown, healthy men who are fighting like their life depends on it, they're killing a gorilla, bro. Easy.
Fight the internet has a lot to say.
Gorillas aren't built for long fights. They're like sprinters. They explode for about a minute and then they gas out hard.
Man, I'm taking that gorilla. Man, do people know how big them silverback gorillas are?
Surround it, distract it, get on it, you know what I mean?
How are you going to kill it? I haven't heard one logical response or explanation because obviously no tools are allowed.
If we have 100 men out there who are willing to die, give me the men.
100 men versus a silverback gorilla. I want to see 100 men versus a critical thought.
Literally, your entire world was built by men, lady. The house you live in, the phone you're using. Like, ooh, men can't think critically. Bitch, if it wasn't for men, you would be shitting in your hands outside. What are you talking about?
Okay, here's what's not a critical thought. Let's visualize this for a little bit. We're talking about a 400-pound animal that can grow up to 6 feet tall. According to the experts, the average silverback gorilla weighs somewhere between 5 to 10 times, or is actually 5 to 10 times stronger than us humans. And just like a lot of you are guilty of out there, mostly guys, we have spent way too much time today thinking about all of this, to the point that we actually created a very unofficial Stay Tuned Now poll at work with like 63 to 38% split amongst our team. 63.
People who think a gorilla would win know nothing about gorillas. That's what it is. People think gorillas are like chimps, like vicious fucking just monsters. They're not. They're very gentle, docile creatures. Of course, like any other animal, when threatened or, whenever they feel like they need to become aggressive, they can become aggressive. But gorillas aren't that smart, and they're not that vicious. And like someone already said in this video, they don't have that much stamina. They're not endurance animals. And so I think human beings are far more vicious and savage than gorillas, personally. So you got to think about that.
Percent going to the gorilla, but what do the experts say? Our next guest has over 2 decades of experience studying and researching gorillas. Thank you so much for indulging with us here, Dr. Tara Stoinski. I know this is a weird conversation, and I want to say that this is a dumb conversation, and I'm hoping we can talk about way more pressing matters in a second. But can you just settle this for us real quick? Like if 100 normal, unarmed guys got into a fight with one gorilla, how would it go?
Well, it's a very interesting question, and it's been super fun to see how much it has engaged people on the internet. I talk about gorillas all day long, so I love that other people are talking about them as well. I don't think there's a definitive answer, but I have to say that I would be on the side of the humans in this case.
There we have it. Perfect. Gorilla expert settles it.
Gorillas come to this with, a ton of power, all that upper body strength. You can see them here kind of just smashing people right and left. They've got incredible draw strength. But I think the sheer number of humans that they would be up against and the fact that humans could hopefully coordinate their behavior, tag team, take a little bit of a rest while the gorilla would just be going full steam the whole time would really put the advantage in for the humans.
Now, don't get me wrong. Some humans are going to might die. Some will be injured for the rest of their lives, horribly injured. But I do believe you don't even need 100. But if you had 100 grown men, bro, they're killing that gorilla easy. And this is what people, I think, are making the mistake of. They're looking at all these stats that the gorilla has. Oh, they're this much stronger. Their bite force is this much more intense. But they're making the mistake of putting the mind of a human in the body of a gorilla. Yeah, if you had the brain, a being as intelligent as a human that can strategize, that can think future, think into the future, think strategically into the body of a gorilla, then you might have something. Here's why I think people are making this mistake. You'll see people say stuff like, oh, one man versus like 100 8-year-olds, right? Because that's about the strength difference. And honestly, I think people underestimate how many people 100 people is. That's like more than 3. Remember the average class? The average class in high school is what, between 20-some and 30 kids? That's more than 3 full classes, right? Of 8-year-olds attacking you, one man, bro. They're gonna dogpile you and kill you, and just suffocate you, just sit on you, and you can't move. But that aside, that's how they're thinking the gorilla is going to be. No, the gorilla is going to be a gorilla. Gorillas aren't very smart. They don't even really know how to use tools. They're dumb. They're dumb, and they're gentle, and they get scared. You know what I'm saying? So I believe. Now, would you by yourself be able to scare a gorilla? Well, I've seen it. I've seen videos on YouTube of a guy confronting a gorilla, and he gets real large and loud, and the gorilla runs away. Gorillas are not like chimpanzees. A chimpanzee the size of a gorilla, I think, could probably 100 is a lot of people, though, bro. That's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But you would have a better argument if it was a chimp the size of a gorilla. Chimpanzees, far more vicious, way smarter. Truly, they're predators, they're hunters, they're killers. Gorillas, they don't eat, they're herbivores. You know what I'm saying? Chimpanzees, they hunt other monkeys or hunt monkeys. Chimps aren't monkeys. They hunt monkeys and kill them and eat them. They do very vicious things. They'll rip off your nose and your ears and your balls and shit like that just for the sake of doing it. They're a lot more vicious. The gorillas aren't like that.
Yeah, I mean, like the fact that we can all communicate and I guess kind of critically think would give the advantage to the humans. And also, like, if I was in that fight and I was one of those guys and I saw somebody get mauled, I would probably run the other way, which would give the advantage to the gorilla there. But jokes aside, like, I don't know. We have fun thinking about this, or guys do for some reason. And yet the saddest part of all this is when you think about man versus gorilla and like what's already gone wrong with gorillas being so endangered and how that's happened historically. Like, if these hypothetical men decided to go to therapy instead of fighting gorillas, what kind of world do you think we might share?
Oh, my God, dude. All right. I think thank you to the lady. I don't know why he's trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying, make this shit all like, go to therapy. What does this say about our society that men are, debating this? Is this really a sign that we all need to go to therapy? No, dude. This is just how men think, okay? These are the kind of pressing questions that it probably started with somebody who was high. Some dude smoked a fat joint, a blunt, and it was like, all right. Check this out. What do you think? 100 dudes versus a gorilla. Who's winning that shit? I was listening to Rogan the other day. I don't know, man. I think the gorilla's gonna fuck him up. Somehow that conversation made it to X, Twitter, and fucking now here we are. That's how this shit happened. It has nothing to do with dudes needing to go to therapy. Yeah, man. So here we have a gorilla expert. You know, she's giving her perspective. I think we live in an age where the opinions of experts are not valued as much as they should be. But I, for one, truly do like to, submit my opinions to the experts because nigga, we don't know shit. The majority of people who are having this conversation have never been engaged in serious combat, whether that be martial arts or the military. They also have zero experience with gorillas. So it's like, why are they arguing? It's like two people who never played basketball and also have never watched the NBA trying to debate who's going to make it to the NBA finals. That's essentially most people having this debate right now. But here we have it. Gorilla expert lady. She is going to be on the side of the people. And to me, that's just what makes sense. 100 people, far more vicious, far smarter. Yeah, I think a few people will die. Many people probably would be incredibly injured. But the gorilla will gas out very quickly. And he's going to be scared. He's going to be scared. I don't even think he tries to fight. I think you would have to really make the gorilla feel like his life is in danger for him to even want to fight. I think it's going to be scared. Seeing 100 angry, just, bloodthirsty men yelling and charging at it. I think that gorilla he's going to shit his pants. And then he's going to try and fight back because he's going to try and live. But the humans, if they're all dedicated and determined to kill this gorilla, and they have already made peace with the fact that they might lose their life in the process, like truly 100 warriors, yeah, that gorilla's toast, bro. But you let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. Peace out.